Hey, all you Starfinder fans out there, I'm David, the Digital Dungeon Master, and welcome to my Starfinder GM screen review. Now, the GM screen, or the DM screen, whatever you want to call it, is probably one of the most popular tools, of course, besides dice, that a Dungeon Master or GM can have in his or her arsenal. And the DM screen hides all of the information and all of the charts, the tables, the monster stat blocks, anything that you don't want the players to be able to physically see. The DM screen is your friend. And then the DM screen usually has a bunch of charts, conditions, actions, anything that pertains to the system that you're playing for quick reference, and it prevents you from having to go to the index of a player's core book or this book and look up the page and then look up the rules. So it's a very easy and quick reference for DMs. Now, the DM screen is also optional. You don't have to have one, but there are advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantages is taking up a bunch of room on the table, but the advantages are, like I said, you get to hide things from your players. And plus, if you roll random dice, if you like to roll random dice like I do, it kind of keeps your players guessing. So let's dive into this review. So here it is, the Starfinder GM screen. Ta-da! How much is this thing going to cost me? Well, you can get it at your local game store. I'm sure you can get it at your local bookstore. I'm sure that you can find it on eBay.com. But if you go to Amazon.com, you can get it for $17.99, which is the cheapest place that I have found it. And if you have Amazon Prime, of course, you're going to get shipping for free. Or if you go to the Paizo website, which is where I buy it, because I have the subscription plan, you can get the physical GM screen for $19.99. You have to pay for shipping. Or if you want to buy just the PDF, you can get the PDF for $13.99. So the PDF, if you get the PDF, you'll be able to print it out. You'll be able to put it into your customizable GM screen if you have one, like maybe the world's greatest GM screen or one of the other customizable ones out there. So preference is up to you. Or if you're like me and you have the Paizo subscription for the utilities for Starfinder, you get it for cover value, which is $19.99, and they give you a free PDF. So I like to do the reviews. I like to have the digital format anyway because I play mostly online, and I can just cut those out, use them as quick reference sheets. So that's why I have the subscription, and I get both. All right, so let's go ahead and check out to see how this thing is built. Now, like I said, I haven't even opened it up yet, but the first thing that I did notice about this GM screen, it is actually really heavy. It's probably the heaviest GM screen that I've actually picked up. I mean, this thing is actually really heavy. Looks like they have a slip cover over the GM screen itself, sort of like how they've done the flip map packs and stuff like that. Doesn't look like there's any information on the inside except for the OGL rules. But I would keep that. I wouldn't throw it away. I wouldn't throw it at all. I would hold on to it. I mean, it's going to do nothing but protect your GM screen anyway. I think this is a 3-panel, but it may be 4. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so let's open it up. Oh, it is actually 4 panels. So let me flip this thing over, and let's take a look at the art first. Wow, look at that. It's all one scene. That's actually really nice, one scene. See, it looks like it has a bunch of different monsters. Nice big Starfinder title up there. You see a Sheeran. You can see a couple of androids. You can see some Sheerans. You can see Yasaki, some humans. Vesk. You can pretty much see all of the races, which is nice, and they're all killing stuff. You can see in the background a bunch of different spaceship battles and dogfights are going on. Pretty cool. Really nice art. I like it. Really, it's really built well. This thing is really nice. And it seems like the cover that everything is printed on is super thick, because I can feel on the other side the grooves to where this thing is actually put together pretty nicely. So let's take a look at the inside. This I've had a few GM screens in the past where they like to put a ton of art on there, and they kind of forget that it's a DM screen, and they put less details about the game and worry more about art. But it doesn't seem like that's the case with this GM screen. Looks like it's got a skills page, a skills panel. Looks like a bunch of identifying creatures, depending on your life science or mysticism. A bunch of different things for engineering, acrobatics, general skill check guidelines, which is nice. environment, radiation, zero gravity, all kinds of armor classes and hit points for physical items that you're going to beat down. I like it. Here's combat. Yeah, this is what I like. It's got all of your actions in combat, your standards, your swifts, your full actions, reactions, other actions, move actions, all the different cover bonuses. Very nice. All of the combat actions has all of the bonuses and stuff. You don't have to look it up in the book. All of the conditions, it looks like. And then the last page looks like it's about starship combat. And I'm glad they have that. And I actually hope that they make some clear plastic templates that you can put down on those maps that they have. And I hope that they're scaled to the 1.25, because they're 1.25 instead of 1 inch. And they say that they're 1 inch hexes, but they're not. This thing's built nice. I mean, this high gloss plastic that this stuff is printed on is put on there really well. So it looks like the interior stats is looks like this is actually a sticker that is laid out across all 4 panels that actually holds the artwork on, because the artwork is wrapped around. Really nice. Very heavy though. I mean, very heavy. I mean, this thing is really nice. I'm actually really impressed. And I mean, look, you can't even really bend it. I mean, it's sturdy. I like it. So far, so good. It's built nicely. Very sturdy. A lot of great information. I like how everything is in smaller text. And I like how there is absolutely no art on the inside. This is actually a real GM screen where you have all of your information right there in front of you. So let's switch over to digital, and I want to show you guys the art up close, and I want to show you guys all of the interior panels as well. So here's the outer part of the GM screen. Very nice art. Looks like there's a massive Sheeran type of hive mothership here. Looks like there's a Lashunta there fighting some undead. Looks like an android, probably an operative. There's a flame-throwing Yasaki mechanic. There's a Sheeran, probably the mystic. There's a human. Here's a Vesk. And then there's a Kasathis. Really nice art. I like how it's all one scene and it's not broken up into individual pieces per panel. I really like that. So here's the 4 pages on the interior part of the GM screen. You see this first page has to do with nothing but skill checks, all the different challenges for easy or difficult, recalling knowledge, identifying magic items or other technologies, acrobatics, engineering, identifying creatures. That's very important. Players, don't forget to get with your DMs on that, no matter what game you play. Repair magic items, any kind of diplomacy. The next panel has to do with nothing but environment. I like this. This is stuff that you will need to refer to back in the book, but now with the DM screen, you won't have to. Zero gravity, all kinds of different wind effects, statistics for doors, its health, armor class, hardness, walls, radiation, miscellaneous material hardness, it looks like. A bunch of different DCs for breaking objects and items, and damage from falling objects on top of your noggin. Third panel is all about combat. I was really hoping that it would have this, and I'm glad that it does. You see it has a bunch of conditions over here on the right-hand side. It has the actions in combat, which you can do with your standard action, your move action, your swift action, you know, all of your combat maneuvers for full actions. You know, there's only one reaction, attack of opportunity, and then the other stuff that you can do. It talks about cover, concealment, and then it has some mechanics for the combat actions down here. Starship combat, the last panel. I like this with the firing and shield arcs. It has the 3 different phases of space combat. And then it has all kinds of other bonuses and DCs and, you know, all of the speed modifiers, depending on if the ship's clumsy or if it's a perfect ship. Critical damage chart, glad that's on there. You won't have to look that up either. So all in all, I think the panels have a very nice amount of information. It's not a super huge text, and it seems like they tried to fit as much as they could without having to have a Hubble telescope to see everything on there. So very nice. No art, all data for a DM. Good job. So I'm pretty impressed with the way this Starfinder GM screen is built and all of the data for the game. I don't have a Pathfinder GM screen, so I'm sure it's probably built the same, and I'm really happy about that because this GM screen is going to last for a long time. This thing is not cheaply made, and for the price of whether you go to Amazon or Paizo and buy it, I mean, it's going to be less than 20 bucks. So that's a good price, especially with the way that this thing is built durable. I like the art on it. I'm not really worried about the art as much as the data inside of the DM screen. That's the main thing that I worry about. And I would definitely use this screen, and I am going to use this DM screen around my table when I start my Starfinder game at the beginning of the year. So there we are, everybody. That's my review of the new Starfinder GM screen. Let me know what you guys think of the GM screen down below in the comments section. Do you like the GM screen? Do you think it's fairly priced? Do you not use a GM screen at your table? I want to know down there in the comments section. If you like this video, please do me a huge favor, folks, and thumbs it up. I appreciate it. Once again, my name is David. I am the Digital Dungeon Master, and you can check out all of the other Starfinder videos that I have on my channel. And until next time, happy gaming and stay safe.